Hmm? What is server virtualization? Anyone, please speak. It is like sitting in a burial ground. Maybe it gives some noise, but here nothing. Afternoon effect or like yeah, that is a different one. Installing apps on hypervisor platform. Okay, no problem. Just tell something. No problem. Whether it is right or wrong, no one is worried. Enabled multiple voice run on a single physical server. Very good. Process of dividing a physical server into multiple unique and isolated virtual server. Wow. That is your writing or copy paste. I do copy paste, no problem. Thing is not answer. My point is what you understand from it. That is important. Okay. These are all bakwas as per me. So the people give a statement. Okay. But if you don't understand what it is useless. It's just for a decoration purpose only. Okay. It's okay. Here it is. Guys, yeah, where is this? Yeah, this is the one. We may get a problem. This is, we'll see. Here it is. Hypervisor. Okay, so here we have a limited resources. Okay, I can show you only one hypervisor at a time. I will try to do best. Right. This is my vSphere host. Okay, for example, vSphere one. Okay, this is my host. It contains some hardware, right? Server hardware. Then I have to install vSphere, VMware vSphere here as a hypervisor. So then I can create virtual machines in this piece. Okay, so that I can create a multiple virtual machines in this PC. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do is, so first of all I create a machine. I need a machine. So minimum requirement to install VMware vSphere is in a RAM terms, RAM compulsory minimum to minimum 4 GB to install, otherwise it won't work. Okay, 4 GB RAM is required. Next, CPU. Of course, multi-core CPU is required, like a Xeon processor is required compulsory, but I don't have. I have a i3 processor in that desktop, i5 in this one. But important thing to remember is what are the processor you are using. You must give two core processor. Two logical processors are required. Okay, two physical processor or two logical processor, like a two processor are required. So either two logical processor or two physical processors are required. Disk space is not mandatory. 20 GB is also okay. Okay, so minimum is 20 is enough. It won't take much time. It won't take much space for installing. But for virtual machines, when you are creating a virtual machines, so first two things are important. So machines. Virtual machine is nothing but a machine, but it is a kind of files and folders, right? So already you created your one virtual machines, right? Already you are created, but I will show in my PC. These are all my virtual machines. Recently I created this machine. See, this is the data. Okay, these are the files belongs to virtual machine. Okay, virtual machine has a virtual hard disk. Virtual machine has a virtual related files. RAM file is there. Other files also supporting files are there. It means it contains some data. Data will be stored someplace. So we required iSCSI storage, SCSI, SAN or NAS. We have to store in centrally, but we don't have that one now. Okay, so currently we don't have, but we need a time to explain. So I can create your iSCSI and I can mount it, but currently I'm not doing that one. So just I will keep it like that only. Okay. Next one. This is for virtual machines to store not in your main hard disk. It should be stored separate hard disk. It can be a iSCSI disk or SanDisk or NAS disk, NAS storage. Network. So we are accessing machine for that one. The network is okay, but when you are accessing virtual machine through remote desktop or another things, so multiple network cards are required. Okay. So network analysis as per your requirement you have to increase. So minimum one is compulsory anyway. Minimum one is compulsory, like a 1 Gbps is compulsory. Okay, one is compulsory, and you should add more for a more redundancy and other purposes. I will explain network virtualization. What is the NIC teaming? If I forget, please remind me. Okay. So what is NIC teaming? If in case if I forget what is NIC teaming tomorrow morning, so then please ask me. I will explain and also I will show you in Windows Server. Here also we can do it, but I'm not doing now. So I will check it. I will show you. Okay. So this is a minimum requirements. So if you have a 20 GB hard disk is okay, no problem. But I'm giving more. Okay. Okay. Like that. Next, we are creating a virtual machines, right? So to create a virtual machines, we need a ISO images, basic ISO images required, or OVF files. What is OEF? Anybody knows? Last time I've seen OEF, Open Virtualization Format. It is a just like a RAR file type, compressed format. Like one more is there, that is OVA format is also there. Okay, so archive file in the tar format like that. So, okay, so you have a virtual machine, you can convert into OEF or OEA file, and it is like a one compressed file, and then we can send it to any place, and we can extract it and we can do it. That type of thing we call it as a virtual appliance. Virtual appliance. What is virtual appliance? Lot of terminologies are there, guys. Okay, virtual appliance. It's a pre-configured virtual machine image. It means I have a virtual machine, so and already configured. I install applications inside, settings, everything is done. Now I export that virtual machine into a Butler package like OEF or OEA file format. Okay, now if I give it to you, then you can open it and you can directly use it. Ready usable kind of stuff. Example, Nagi OS, Nagi OS, Zibix. Of course, VMware vCenter virtual appliance is also available. Okay, so it contains application, operating system, settings, everything is there inside a machine. So we can deploy directly and we will get a virtual machine, that one. So go with the terminologies. That's why I'm writing everything. OVA or any other kind of templates. This is also we have to store in any data storage locations. Like usually we stores in NAS. That is the first option. Second is SAN or iSCSI. Okay, the files are stores in a usually NAS kind of stuff as a library like this, or you can store in other centralized storages. So that's about a basic introduction. Okay, so we have a VMware vSphere. First, we are required a physical kind of stuff, right? Now, guys, we need a physical machine to install it. We need a physical machine to install VMware vSphere, but I don't have a physical machine. So conditions also there to install a VMware vSphere. Compulsory conditions are there. Compulsory 64-bit is required. Compulsory 64-bit. So it won't work in 32-bit machines. Second, secondary address translation. But why I told like this? It's very simple. Nothing but it is nothing but virtualization enabled in your BIOS or UEFI. You know BIOS, right? So in your system, compulsory virtualization must be enabled. In a hardware, virtualization must be enabled. Otherwise, it won't work. I think you know when you install a VMware workstation and you want to create a virtual machine. Already sir said how to check the what enable or not. So go to your task manager. Also, you can see. Um, Go to performance CPU. You can see virtualization enabled here. Okay. If it is in a disable mode, compulsory, you should go to restart your PC and go to BIOS or UEFI settings and enable the BIOS settings. Before you install any operating system itself, you have to do that one. Okay, virtualization must be enabled. Okay, hardware virtualization, that is. In Intel we call that one as a VTX. AMD, v in AMD processors. So you have to verify your processor details also with this virtualization is there or not. Okay, virtualization is there or not, compulsory. But here in my computer already operating system is there, and where can I install this one? I can't remove my desktop, right? So what I'm going to do is I create a virtual machine, and inside a virtual machine also we can get a nested virtualization. So I want to do like that. Understand? Instead of physical machine, what I'm doing, so I have a my physical machine. In this physical machine, so this is my laptop. Already Windows 10 is there. Okay, this is a very minimal for a experimental purpose only. Okay, so already Windows 10 is there. Next, I have a total of 12 GB RAM. But important is how much RAM you have. Is we have to check it. Of course, so 12 GB RAM is there, but availability RAM you have to check it compulsory before you go to the any machine creation. So maximum I can allocate up to 6 GB or less. 6 GB or less. 6 GB already consumed my PC, and 6 GB I can able to give possibilities there. But currently I'm not doing that one. So currently only I given 4 GB. Okay, only. Okay, so I have availability RAM is 6 GB. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I will take VMware workstation. Okay, VMware. I'll create a virtual machine in my VMware workstation, and I will install vSphere in this one. I will install vSphere in this one. Okay, 7 I'm trying now. Okay, so if possible it is successful, then good. If it is not successful, sorry, forget about it. I will show you 6.5 only. Okay, next, this is a physical machine. Virtualization is enabled. Okay, in a physical machine, virtualization is enabled in a hardware. But guys, understand, this is a virtual machine. It means virtual machine having a virtual CPU, not a physical CPU, right? Physical CPU having a virtualization feature, but virtual CPU don't have virtualization feature. Understand? Physical machine having virtualization feature, but virtual CPU don't have any virtualization feature. Compulsory virtualization is required. Okay, so there is a small issue is there. So how to do it? To get a virtualization in the VMware. Okay, so you have to run virtual machine in this virtual machine. Okay, this is a virtual machine. How to run, how to create a virtual machine, and how to run the virtual machine, right? So if you need this virtual machine means VT should be, virtualization must be enabled, but it is already virtual processor, you don't get that feature. That is the problem. But I will show you how to get it. Okay. Mm. Guys, can you able to see the screen now? I'm doing one by one step. Look at it. Don't do hurry. Okay. Don't do it in a hurry mode. So mine is a 16 Pro VMware workstation. 16 Pro I'm using. I select custom. I select custom. Okay. So why typical is I didn't select. Okay. I can use typical also, no problem. Typical is also no problem. Mm, I will select custom or a typical. Okay, typical is okay. Typical is also okay because less options. Typical. Select the down option. Install. I will install operating system later. Never select this one. So select the last one. I will install operating system later. Don't do parallelly. Try to understand directly. I want to install VMware ESX. I want to install VMware ESX. Which edition I said? Seventh one. 7 or and later it is showing 7. Okay, so not a 6. 6 if you have a 6, if you have a 6.5, if you have 5 or 5.5, if you have a 4 or 4.5, 4.7, like that, you can select as per that one. So I'm selecting VMware SXI 7. Okay, so 1 second, I will put a magnifier. So if any ball no problem, then it is okay. But you may not see the screen in a zoom manner. Okay, only record is in zoom, but you may not see that zoom thing here. Can you feel the zooming? Yeah, my screen is getting zoom, but your screen won't zoom. That's the problem. Okay, it's okay. So because we don't have any other choice here, for a zooming options are not there. Okay. So I will try in your records. So okay, so when you are see a video, then you can see this one. So then I will go first. Typical operating system later. Third option, VMware ESX, VMware 7. I'm going to install. Next. So I'm changing this name. I'm changing this name to vSphere. Your batch is 7, right? So CTS 7 hyphen vSphere 1. Okay. So I put this one, but I don't save in C drive. I will save in a different drive. So here you can see. So this is my H drive, CTS 72021. So I'm going to save my virtual machine in this location. So what I'm doing is I copy this location, H drive, that folder, so I can maintain all the files in one separate place. Control A, Control V. After that one, I put a slash, this slash only. I copy this name, paste here. Okay, so this is a complete location. It means in this folder, in a CTS 7 folder, this folder will create in this folder my virtual machine files will be stored. Okay, so what are the virtual machine name is there, same name I'm maintaining. Never put in a C drive until unless if you have only C drive or only space in the C drive. Okay, other than that one, so better to keep it in separate drive. So I dedicated my H drive for virtual machines purpose only. Next, by default it is showing 142 GB. Why? I think it is 20 GB is enough. It's okay, we leave like that because it is suggestion from there. So I will leave like that only. I select single file and then 142 GB. I will leave it. It's a minimum requirement, a recommended size. Like when you create a Windows server or a Windows 10, it shows 60 GB. Like that, it is showing 142 GB. Leave like that. Okay. Store virtual machine in a single file. Next, customize hardware. Okay, customize hardware. In this one, 4 GB memory by default it is showing because minimum requirement is a 4 GB. Okay, I can't give 8 GB. Why? Because of I don't have a free memory 8 GB. 6 GB maximum is there. Number of processor, number of core per processor. Compulsory, it should be like this only. Okay, minimum 2 core processor is required. Automatically this selection is came, so keep that selection compulsory, that is must be selected. The first one must be selected. Virtualization VTX or AMDV must be enabled. Next, CD DVD. So already I have a 7. Okay, if you want to install in your PC, guys, compulsory, you need this one. So today I'm trying. So this is a OVA file. See, okay. Today I'm trying. So once it is good, I will give it to you this one. So you can also try in your machine. You know the hardware requirements already. This is a location. OS folder, G drive, OS folder. So I'm going to this. Use ISO image file. Browse. Yeah, already it is Z drive OS folder. Recently I copied this one. VMware Visor means hypervisor, VM Visor install 7.0. I said no, U1AB kind of stuff will be there. That one. So we'll see whether it is working or not. Otherwise, it's waste of time. So then next one is network adapters. It is already in NAT, so I change it to VMNet 0. VMNet 0 is binded to my physical NIC, so I can access from anywhere, from my desktop and my remote desktop also I can do it. Again, we'll go to the setting things. See, it is 4 GB, 2 processor, and this check mark is compulsory. Image is I connected an image, and then I change my network adapter to VMNet 0. That's it. Now close it, click finish. and machine is created. And don't do anything, don't start the machine. Go to edit virtual machine settings again, edit virtual machine settings again. So you can look at, there is a 4 GB RAM, two processors, and this check mark. 142 GB, the recommended size it is. Then image is inserted. Okay, VMNet 0. Go to advanced, go to this options, advanced, BIOS and UEFI. Always select a UEFI. UEFI firmware is important. Next, VMware tools, time sync off. You can see VMware tools, time sync off in a right side. Select this option. Synchronize guest time with a host. Synchronize guest time with a host. Other options are there. It is okay. We can see that one, but you can see things from here like this. Advanced, compulsory UEFI, and then it is select this option. So that is a important selections. Click OK and don't do anything. Okay. So this is my virtual machine. Click on a virtual machine. Right click. Open VM directory. Open VM directory. So it will open where are the virtual machine is stored. Where are the virtual machine is stored, it shows from there. Okay, you can see this is your .vmx file. If in case if you cannot able to see .vmx, go to view, select this option. See, vmx is gone. Now select it again. So see, vmx. So this is our virtual machine file. That is our virtual machine file. But I need one kind of stuff. So then, yeah, OS folder. Okay, C drive. So here it is. There is a three lines are there. These three lines actually give you internal virtualization. If you read it, hypervisor CPU ID V0 means one core, and it is showing false. Okay, false means it is not a virtual CPU. To tell that one, these options are there. Just copy this one and close it. Go back to your VMX file. Okay, so this is my VMX file. Right click, open with a notepad. Open with a notepad. If in case notepad is not visible, you can go to choose other options, choose other app and search for notepad.exe, then open with it. So when you choose it, compulsory, do not select this one, don't select this option. Okay, don't select this option. Okay, so I'm selecting notepad. Okay, now this is my .vmx file. I've opened in a notepad. This is the hardware template of the file. Means what are the settings you done on a virtual machine, those settings will be written here only. Now scroll down, you can find a flappy 0 present is equal to false. Okay, I scroll completely down, then I paste these three lines. Okay, I paste these three lines here in a down only. Okay, after this one, so don't paste side by side, don't do spelling mistakes also. Okay, if you want you can put it v0 and v1 is also false because two cores are there, no? This is a core 0, core 1. Okay, because we are using two cores. If you don't put this one, it's okay, no problem. Okay, this line, second line, it's okay. If you got a problem, then we'll see the problem. So three lines are compulsory. This is I'm added a extra line, that's it. Save it and close it. and go back to any directory. That's it. Now I'm going to start. So what happened? I'm going to start installation. Power on this virtual machine. It's look like a Linux type of installation only, but it will give you direct interfaces. So in my notes, I mentioned a link. So if you open the link, step by step installation also it is there. Generally, it won't take much time, but sometimes it give you problem. Let it go on. So either it is taking time. Yeah, the screen is it is initializing, loading drivers. VM kernel. The kernel name is VM kernel. You can see directly type of hardware. Two i5 processor, 2.6 gigahertz, 4 GB memory. Don't worry, when we are install and see the interface, I will shut down and I'm going to add a extra hard disk and as well as extra network adapters also. Okay, guys. Recently, for your batch only, mainly, I created a Windows Server 2019. Okay, a virtual machine Windows Server 2019 evolution version only. Just I created a virtual machine. Please go through once and we can start doing that one. Okay. Tomorrow we have a little bit work on that server, and then I will show you Hyper V also. I think we can execute PowerShell. Some error and something is gone. Installation is most only system where compatible guides are okay. Please enter to continue. F11. Where is F11? Yeah. For accepting license. It is a 60 days trial version mostly. Okay. So currently it is showing a local disk, remote disk. So local disk it is showing contains VMF partition. The partitions here what we call it is a VMF partition. Okay. Enter to continue. I'm not going any details. Just continue. C0 T0 L0. Um, we need a screenshot for this one. So very good information is there. Yeah, this one. each one. Okay, that's it. Okay, right. Save it. Um, okay, so then we'll go to the next one. Yeah, press enter. Keyboard US default. Root password I'm giving admin at the rate 123. Admin at the rate 123. Remember admin password. Now it is showing a warning enter following. CPU's host may not be supported in future EXE release. Please plan according to the. Okay, press enter. Installer is configure on Sun 0 on this one. This will be repartition. Okay, no problem. F11 to install. Okay, so in future, next editions of any ESX 7 after 7, 7.1, 7.2, we can't do practicals. So we have to purchase something Xeon processor kind of stuff. Minimum 4 core processor, physical processor you have to purchase. Minimum is like 64 GB RAM, Xeon processor, a 1 terabyte of one SSD is compulsory, 240 GB SSD is compulsory. Oh, it is going on 65. Okay, remove the installation media before rebooting. Reboot the server to start. Okay, now Alan, just enter. Wait till it is shutting down. Installation is completed. Now it is booting. The size of the disk is 353 something MB like that. Like less than 400 MB. The boot disk size. Earlier it is 500. Earlier it is 500. It is now it is reduced. So VM kernel build 1732 5551 VM ESXi 7.0.1. Guys, you have to note down which version you are using. 7.0.1. Okay, that 7 comma 1 is different. That is different point. That is my virtual machine related information. Okay, 2x i5 CPU, that is my desktop only, for GB RAM. So important is which edition we are using, 7.0.1, and it is VM kernel release build is 17325551. Migrate load successful. VFAT sub OB. Mm, completed. Okay, that's it here. Whisper ready. Okay, guys, and I have to note down my completion is there. So here it is. I given 120 GB. It is 142 GB recommended, not minimum. It is saying that is recommended. Okay. Um, in future, if I won't work, but now installation is completed. I got a two IP addresses with HTTPS one. Okay, so not HTTP, HTTPS and 192.168.2.127. Okay, which is assigned by DHCP. Statically, I'm not getting that one. So next one is IPv6 address. Next one is IPv6 address. That is from the server only. Next, guys, I'm going to full screen to show you the bottom options. Okay. Now in my down F2 and F12 is there. I think you may not seen the down one. It's okay. I will show you. Can you see F2, F12, F12 for a shutdown or a restart? You want to shut down or a restart? You can go to F12. For that one, you have to give your root password. Enter. Okay. You want shut down F2. You want to restart F11. So I'm escape to cancel. Next one is F2. Next one is F2. So I given root user password. So what is the purpose of F2? To do some settings. See it is. You want to change the password. Okay. Or configure lockdown mode. Okay. You can see what is it is not there. It is not there. Okay. This one. What is your IP address? And you want to configure IP address. Then you can change it. So here it is network adapter, VLAN option, IPv4 option. It is directly came. If you want to change it, you can change it from there also, from here also. See up and down, enter, exit. You can see the down. Enter means like you can go to that mode and you can change it like this. DNS, like you have a DNS servers extra, then custom DNS suffix like that. Okay. How to change the name is not showing here. So escape to exit, right? Yeah, here it is. So if in case you are connected to different network, you want a change of IP address kind of stuff, or you change it but not updated, restart the management service. Test management network. Restart the management network. Test management network. Network restoration options. That's it. Configure a keyboard. Troubleshooting options, like you will get a SSH and ESXi shell. You'll get it. You if anything happens, then you must check a what is logs also, like a syslog, VM kernel config, host D means management agent, virtual center agent, VPXA. Okay, like that. Support information about your SSL thumbprint. You can see serial number is showing a evolution because it's a 60 days trial version only. Okay, also other information you can get it. Up and down is there. Restart system configuration. You change some configuration, then if you got a problem, then you can change it. But how to change this local host? This is okay. Only one network adapter is there. That is only still showing. If you want to assign statically, you can assign like this. This is a dynamical one. Static, you can select the static like this. Now you can change your IP address. Okay. No change, right? Yeah. Yes. IP configuration, v6 configuration. If you want to give a specific IPv6 or you want to disable IPv6 if you don't like it, you can remove it also. DNS configuration. So by default, it is showing IP address came from DHCP server only, DNS server address. But I want to change the host name. Okay, I'm changing host name. I'll try to change it. Mine is CTS 7 FNV spare. Better not to put a thing V1. Yeah, no. Mark is not there. Click OK. Okay, not that change. It's okay. Okay, can you see host name is changed? Where I seen host name earlier? Okay, it is a big headache. Then how to exit from here? For exit, escape, enter to change. That's it, right? So then escape. You want to restart a network manager? Okay, yes, no problem. Because we change something, right? So then it is. So this is not changing. I want change. It's okay. Leave it. We'll see that one later. Okay. Escape. So we are in a normal screen. Okay. vSphere is completed. Installation is completed. Now how to create a virtual machine? Now guys tell me how to create a virtual machine in this one. Do you have any interface to create a virtual machine? Hmm? Do you have any interface to create a virtual machine? This is one interface. Next one is F12 interface, F2 interface, F12 interface. That's it. F12 for a shutdown or a restart purpose. This is for a only setting, only this one. Where option is there for a change anything. Hmm? Okay, so like you want to troubleshoot it, you can go to a CLI mode also. SSH is also disabled. Currently, we don't require anything. Now tell me how to create a virtual machine in this ESXi. What happened, guys? If you tell only, I will give you break. How to add ISO? This is your screen. I given this virtual machine to you. Sorry, machine to you. I installed successfully 7.0.1. Now tell me how to create it. Then only I know you are listening to the class or just looking at the screen. Recollect your memory. Yesterday I told it's not a new question. What is this? What is this? No, this is IP address. This is IP address. I'm asking what is this? Complete. Very good, very good. URL. So where to put URL? In browser, right? So currently I try to open in a Google Chrome. Oh, it is open. Then it is asking because certification authority is not there in between. So advance, proceed in unsaved. Now user interface slash UI means user interface. Open. How to keep this thing is this side. Yeah. So root admin @123. Already I updated my browser. So last time for 6.5 I didn't get a problem. I got a problem. That's after that one I solved it. And also I installed VMRC also. It is open. Normally it will open, then it will throw error. It is not throwing error. It is showing. Do you want to join Customer Experience Improvement Program? That is CEIP. Not interested now, so we'll do it later. So I selected this option. Okay, guys, can you able to see? This is our ESXi interface. You can see host. The host, you can see what is your host name. Okay, what is your host name? Then I will put this one is up. Very very good. Or this side. This one. This is most useless part. Okay, I can't able to view. You can able to at least see your. Okay, so you can see if you want to shut down, you can shut down from here. Just if you click on shut down, my vSphere will be shut down. This will be shut down from browser only. Okay, okay. You want to reboot it. You want refresh. You want to you change something. You need a refresh. This is a trial version, 60 days trial version, guys. Any actions you want to take it, just click on actions. Okay, register or create a machine. Want to create a service, enable service like that. Shall enter a maintenance mode like you are upgrading or migrating. Then you have to go to maintenance mode, lockdown mode. Enter a strict lockdown or a normal lockdown. Usually like you don't give any services, you have to migrate everything from your, yeah, virtual machine, sorry, your vSphere to remote machine. Then you log down for a maintenance like that. Permissions, give access permission to users. Get SSH for Chrome. Generate support bundle like that. It is there. And this place, you can see what is your CPU, how much CPU free, how much CPU percentage you are utilizing. 18% used, total capacity, and free. Memory 4 GB I given, 2.88 GB free, 1.12 GB is using. It will ask for 4 GB, but you want to utilize 4 GB directly. A lot of services are there, right? So 1.12 GB is only utilizing. Storage are told now 20 GB is more than enough, but it is 1.141 GB only used. 12.34 GB is side. We given 142 GB, right? Or 14 GB. I think I look at the wrong way. So it is 4.2 GB. You have to check the video again. Eh? Or 4. I look at 420 only. 142 GB, right? But it is see 13.75 capacity, 1.41 is used like this. Then it is telling 10% of that. You see? Okay, guys, you can shut down, reboot, refresh. You can create a virtual machine. If you have a vCenter, we can add this one to vCenter also. Just uptime it is showing here. This is the manufacturing details. So my hardware manufacturer is VMware only now currently. Okay, my hardware manufacturer, you can see. If in case if I use a specific hardware, physical machine is there, then physical machine properties it will shows. Two processors, 4 GB RAM, virtual flash. This is a storage related one. Networking, host.lan, and this is my IP address. Default gateway, IPv6 is enabled. This is my adapter. Storage, physical adapters are three and one single storage space. And here in this one, you can see image profile, what OS we installed, HA state, high availability configuration is not there. vMotion, remember vMotion, vMotion, write down somewhere, guys. Few things you have to write down. You can ask me later also, or you can try. Supported and virtual NIC for vMotion, virtual NIC for vMotion, none. So when we install all these things, serial number and asset tag is there. This is the BIOS version, release version it is showing here. Okay, so what is this blue color? Consumed host memory, consumed host CPU, graphical representation. These are a recent task. Whatever the task you do it, you can able to check it from it. So you done some work, you created a virtual machine, or you transfer a virtual machine from this host to another host. So you can see each task, what are the you do, it will display here, just like a logs, direct logs. We can able to see task is going on, completed, started. So it will show so completely successful, like completed successful. Okay, this is the one. Next, manage. So you can see manage system, advanced settings. So here it is some key something it is showing. There's a 114 items are there. So you can search based on your issue or setting. Auto start. Okay, you want to start, no virtual machines are there, so you can enable a virtual machine. When host is started, automatically virtual machine starts. Swap memory enabled, and date and time. Okay, I didn't given any, no NTPCs are NTP servers are I think not there, that's why it is not showing. You can edit if you want it. Okay, you can it got from the host only, but if you want it, you can use a Butler NTP servers, remote servers for synchronize with the time. Hardware. So what kind of hardware is there? It will showing physical machines hardware. Licensing, no license key, and it support up to October 16. Unlimited virtual SMP and other things also it is showing like this. Okay, you want to add a license key, for example you purchase license key, any license key means vSphere license, vMotion license, vSphere HA license, endpoint, vCenter, or anything like that, RDS, MPIO. Okay, like that. So what are these things? You can add a license also, like just click on license, give the license key, check the license, automatically you will get updated with the license. Actions, yeah, same thing only. Package, there is several packages are there. I removed my hard disk, otherwise I will show you different packages also there. Yeah, it is a Broadcom NetX, Broadcom Net Extreme, but drivers are there for a storage purpose. These are a storage related one. Okay. So anything you added, like a SAN related, storage related, NIC related, any drivers you want to install, any specific service you want to install, so you can add those packages manually, and it is showing install update means we can update those default packages also. Yes, services. Then also you can see different type of services. So here currently 16 services are running. So you can read those services and you can understand. This is for a server log, system log, Vimsys log D is a service. VMware vCenter agent. Agent means if you have a VMware vCenter, we can connect it from here to there. But currently we don't have. I will try for a next time. Next, security and users. If multiple users want to access, and you can add users manually here. Okay, you can add a users manually here. For example, I'm adding a user. I'm adding a user. Why I choose Kavya means spelling is easy. Kavya is admin. Password. Every password is same. What happened? Okay, admin at the rate 123. For example, just for example, I add user weak password personal login information. It is showing, see, in a bottom here, failed a general system error. So I given a password as a very weak password, I think. So I use Vedic at the rate 123, capital V, click add, successful. Can you see here it is? So in a bottom, what are the things you did? So when I creating a user, it is showing failed because of weak password, and it is showing successful. Why successful? Why failure? If you click it also, you will get that information. So I created another user. Okay, we can edit the user, remove the user also. Roles. Different roles are there. Admin rights, asynchronous, okay, anonymous, sorry. Anonymous, no access, no cryptography administrator, no trust infrastructure administrator, read only users, trusted infrastructure administrator view kind of stuff. You can add your own role also, like you can create your role like a data store. Okay, privileges to a user. Do you remember, guys, like when you create a table in your Oracle database, you will give a privileges, right? User can able to alter the table. User can able to insert the data. Like we are giving a privileges. Like you can also create a role on yourself, and then you can give certain privileges to it like this. If you want, you can give a role name. Mm, basic admin. Okay, basic admin role. So admin can able to manage data store, network, virtual machines. Okay, can also do alarms and tasks, and also do schedule task. Only that one, nothing more. Just for understanding only. So I add a one role, and we can assign that role to user also. Yeah, it is not showing anything. How to assign a role? Mm, it is not showing here, or maybe basic admin. This is I created edit role. I selected it, but it is not showing. Somewhere it is there. Currently we don't know. Okay, we are not. Maybe we are not in that one. Okay, so authentication, join a domain. So what is join domain? Active Directory enable it is showing here. It is not a Windows related, right? So if you have a Windows Active Directory environment, because Windows Active Directory is a more powerful authentication system. Centralized authentication means Windows Active Directory only. Okay, of course, if you want to get a job, work on a VMware vSphere, compulsory Windows domain controller Active Directory compulsory you must know. Otherwise, they won't give this action. Like earlier, I asked my trainer. We ask means usually we ask. I learned this one. Okay, that's why I know. Okay, confidently. That's I learn in 5 and 5.5, not a 6 and 7. But I practice 6. I'm teaching 7. I learn 5. Okay, I learn 5 and 5.5, and I practice 6. I'm teaching 7. So this is the life. So join a domain. It means you can join this vSphere host to domain. So then domain related authentication you will get. It means Active Directory users can able to access by Active Directory authentication, because it's a very strong authentication. Kerberos authentication protocol, three-way protocol it is. This is Actamtion level partner. So something it is. You can see. Okay, guys, understand how to create a user, how to create a role, but still I didn't get how to assign a role to particular user. We'll see. This is a certificate, usually maybe um, firewalls related things like to new certificate. Okay, so like while you are connecting, so it will verify communication through showing a certificate, SSL certificate, firewall related certificate, like that. This is a lockdown mode, so we are not doing that. Add user exceptions, like that, maybe for access permissions. Next one is monitor. Still I didn't create a virtual machine I will create after this one. Okay, but I want to show you all the options. Okay, because overview is required. So when you read it, so then also we'll understand these options are there. We see in that options. Okay. So CPU core 0, CPU core 1. So P CPU means physical CPU, I think. Okay. So how much it is utilizing by CPU. Performance. This is a in a monitor. Performance, hardware. Okay. System sensors are there. So no sensors are installed here. Of course, system sensor means normally we are installing in a VMware, but actually it is data center. In the data center, lot of sensor there, heat sensor, a cooling related one, fan regulated things. So in a data center, lot of sensors there for understanding things. Okay, storage, nothing, no data available. Okay, event. What are the account Kavya was created? See, event, task. What are the tasks are done, and what is their status? Okay, it is good to see the failure one also, that one, so then we can understand. This is logs, notifications. This is your vSphere monitor. So you don't require any separate monitoring system until unless you want a centralized monitoring, then we need it. Otherwise, we don't require. And here also it's showing select VMs means you want to manage or a view on a only what one particular virtual machine, CPU, RAM, and a processor like this. CPU, memory, network, disk utilization. So if you want to do it, then also we can view on a separately. We can manage the colors also, and the time, hours. It is showing now. Okay. Here is a virtual machines. I click on a virtual machine. Now it is showing a create or a register virtual machine, and nothing is there. Why? Because of we don't have any virtual machine currently. If you click on this one, it asks three options: create a new virtual machine, or you want to deploy a virtual machine from OEF or a OVF file. Register a existing virtual machine means already virtual machine is created, just we register with a different name. That's it. Okay. Existing virtual machine means machine is already created, machine data is available but not running. The interface name is deleted. Okay, machine is not running, just it is created and just machine name is deleted but hard disk is available, so we have to register it. That's it. Okay, we will create it, so don't worry about it. Next is data store. So it is showing 13 GB, still it is showing 13 GB. Why I am getting this? Where is this? VM settings. How much confidently I showed 142? It is showing 14. 142, right? I'm not blind, you are not blind. Okay, only it is partitioned like that, I think so. Only thing, the file system is VMFS. VMFS file system, non SSD type disk it is showing here. This is new data store. For example, if you have any SCSI disk, then you will go to the new data store. Just you want to add a extra data storage is there. Remote or a central SAN, NAS, or iSCSI disk is there. Just you can click here. So you create a new VMF data store. You want to extend the data store. You want to mount NFS storage, extend and existing VMFS data extension. Okay, you want to create a new data store, just click it. You have to put a name, some name, then the device availability will show here. So any iSCSI devices are available, any SAN devices are available, then it will show here, and you have to give the name, select it, and go next. It is not showing anything, it's okay. For example, NAS size of storage is there, NFS storage is there, then we can select it, go next, and we have to give the server information here. So how to create the first one? Next, give some name. I put a name data store to, nothing to select, just next. Please select a device. So device is not there. Okay, that is how to manage. This VM browse data store is there, so we'll see that one. Yeah, we'll see the this part only. Browse data store. What is browse data store means? So this is your data store one. Okay, you can create a directory if you want it, or you can upload any files from your physical machine. Also, you can upload it. If you want to see, just create directory name. Hmm. I put a images like OS images. Create a directory. Okay, so I've opened this folder. Okay, I select this folder, and I'm going to, if you copy move kind of stuff also you can do it. Upload. So it will give my physical machine interface. I can upload a file also, no problem, but I don't do it. So I will upload something meaningful. I can upload images, operating system images I can upload. But I need a file called Z drive. Yeah. Oh no, no, it is very big one. Oh, it is very big one. Tiny, tiny, tiny. There is a tiny is there. This one I want. This is a very small one, 11 MB only. Okay, just OVA I am uploading. Okay, it is, you can see it in the bar, auto upload. Okay, the file is uploaded successful. Close it. Okay, that's it. We can create a virtual machine with that one. Before that one, I want to go this one. Adapters. There is a SCSI adapter, software SCSI adapters like this. So if you have a iSCSI controller, means storage related thing is there. So when you click on a rescan, it take the disk and add the disk here. Okay, software iSCSI is disabled. You have to enable it, and you have to tell what is your iSCSI name, what is the remote iSCSI name also we have to tell. But when we see practically, then only we'll understand. But that require a lot of time. That is taking too much time storing. Okay, this is devices. You want to increase the capacity. Yeah, see, 142 GB is my disk. 142 GB. So it is cheating. It's a GPT partition type. C0 T0 L0. Huh? Okay. And it took only one. This is a CD RAM. That is CD RAM. This is my disk. Can you see? Here it is. File system, UEFI file system, free space, basic data, VMFL. Yes. So they given almost 120 GB for this one, 14 GB VMFS. This is where your operating system is stored, and this is a for recovery purpose. So why this logical space is left over? No, no, right clicks won't work now. So you can increase the capacity, means you can add extended things like we can see. 6 supported. Okay, next. No device. Just something faulty. Okay, persistent memory, something it is showing. Okay, there's so many options are there, you feel bored much. This is my network adapter. I have only one network adapter, guys. So remember, so managing network, this is V switch. Okay, V is 0, single switch is only there. Okay, so add port group, this is one of the thing. Virtual switches, so you can create a multiple virtual switches also, and we can assign a particular switch to a particular adapter or group of adapters also. How many physical NICs are there? Only one physical NIC is there. It is a 10 Gbps. Okay, full duplex mode. This is my physical NIC. So VM kernel NIC. There is a management network management group. Remember these things and ask me one by one, because I'm not noting down from here. Okay, so management network, and you can see the IP address also here. Okay, management network, VM kernel NICs, management network, physical NIC, virtual switches. V switch 0 is there now currently. TCP IP stack, vMotion stack, provisioning stack, default TCP IP stack. This is our connection. Vmotion stack, and nothing is assigned to here. Firewall rules. This is access related rules are there. So if you want to add or remove or you want to start those kind of stuff, you can able to do it. So these are firewall rules. All options are completed, guys. Okay. All options are okay, completed, or you want to you are missing anything. Okay, I will show you how to create a virtual machine with that tiny v0 is that vf kind of stuff. I will show you that one. So I'm going to virtual machine, create this one, deploy virtual machine from OEF and OVA, then go to the next, select a machine is my tiny VM1, select okay, why it is showing like that? Why it is showing like that again? Already I put it in a group, right? So it is already there. This is the drive. It is very difficult from there to here. Yeah. Okay. It is stored in this data store only. Okay. Disk provision is thin, thick kind of stuff. Power automatically. No, no, no. Yeah, power on. I will power on manually, and you can see it's a template. Just okay. I showed a very fast way. I think so, but I will show you very clearly with any specific virtual machine. Okay. Now it is not turn on, so I will turn on it. So memory it is taking 48 MB. Hard disk space is 1 GB and virtual CPU. So this is your virtual machine. See, this is a virtual machine. And where this virtual machine is created? In my vSphere. And why I deployed this one? Because it will take very less time. Just to know how to create it. That's it. I think it is also having some basic interface. Yeah. My machine is ready. So here it is terminal. Maybe it is taking time. Yeah, system tools. Maybe it is feeling lazy. Was it? Yeah, even if you close it, it's just a display terminal only. It won't really power off. Okay? It won't power off. Nothing is giving action. Open console in a new window, new tab, reset navigation console, power off. Guest OS, install VMware tools, take a snapshot, console. This is the console, launch browser console, open new window, launch remote console, download VMRC, auto start is enabled. Okay, everything is there. Cancel it. I don't want it. I don't want to open with my VMware by side. Let it run in this one only. Want it. Yeah, this is the machine, guys. That's it. Next, I will show you an installation, even if it is kill the time, no problem. Okay. Are you okay now with this one? Because I'm going to shut down my not only virtual machine, okay, also my not only this virtual machine, also I'm going to shut down my machine. So then I will increase my capacity. Okay, I'm going to shut down my host, VMware vSphere host. How to change these names? Okay, so I'm going to shut down my host. See, you can see host is not in a maintenance mode. Shut down the select. Yeah, shut down. Okay, so where is this? I said shut down from there. Maybe it is shutting down in a background. So why I'm shutting down? Because I want to show you two more things. Like I can't show you iSCSI kind of stuff. Next I will show you how to add a extra hard disk to machine. Yeah, now it is shutting down. I didn't do anything in my physical machine, sorry, in this host. Okay, I done from there only. So I will add a extra virtual hard disk, and I will add a extra network adapters also. Then I will show you network adapters and storage kind of stuff. Okay, and currently it's difficult from there to here. We'll see. Okay, if possible I will show you SCSI kind of stuff. Okay, take a break. Be back at when we will be back. 5 is okay, at 6 o'clock.